Welcome to 10-Minute Spanish, where we present clear, concise lessons to help you improve your practical language skills and increase your knowledge of the Spanish language. Today's video is a response to a question asked by one of our viewers, GG, who asks, "One thing I still don't know how to pronounce is RD, like in tardes and verdad. Like, where does my tongue go after the R?" Thanks for asking, GG. This is a great question, and I'm really happy to make you this video to answer it. The RD combination is challenging for almost all of us at first, and we can't just ignore it because it's also very common. There are hundreds upon hundreds of words with RD in them, some of them so common that every Spanish speaker says them many times a day. But fortunately, there's some good news. RD probably only seems like a difficult sound combination because nobody has given you a good explanation of how to pronounce it. A simple explanation plus a little bit of practice, and pretty much everyone can figure out how to do it. Let's get started. In normal speech, the R in the RD combination is a simple flap. This means that the tongue taps just once, not several times. So the R is normally R, not R. However, when speaking emphatically or with an oratorical style, native speakers sometimes trill this R. The D in this case is interdental. That means that it's pronounced with the tongue between the teeth, like the English TH in the words this and that. So it's not D, but th. Here are the IPA transcriptions of the English word that and the Spanish word tarde. Observe that the English TH and the Spanish D are represented with the same symbol. That's because they are in fact the same sound, th. Let's look at a sample of some of the more common Spanish words with the RD combination. As I pronounce them, listen for the flapped R and the interdental D. In order to help you think of the D as interdental, you may want to imagine that the words are spelled with the phonetic symbol that represents the voiced TH sound. Gordo, izquierda, jardín, morder, orden, perdón, recordar, sordo, tarde, verdad. The last word on this list is one that English-speaking students typically have a lot of trouble with. They tend to say Verdad or Verdad, which really doesn't sound much like the authentic Spanish pronunciation. In order to pronounce the word correctly, it really helps to remember that the R is a single flap, and both of the Ds are interdental. Verdad. Okay, so that's the answer to the question about how to pronounce the RD combination. I feel like there are a couple additional points we should make, and then we'll wrap this up. First, not all Spanish Ds are interdental. Any D in the RD combination is, but not all Ds in the Spanish language are. We aren't going to get into the ins and outs of different pronunciations of the Spanish D here. That would be a topic for its own video. For now, just understand that not all Spanish Ds are pronounced like the English voiced TH. The second thing to know is that when a Spanish D is interdental, it may undergo the same sorts of pronunciation changes as the voiced TH does in English. Think about how the TH is pronounced in this English sentence when spoken naturally and smoothly. I went to the store to buy that thing that you wanted, but they didn't have the right one. Listen carefully and you'll hear that I didn't pronounce a single one of those voiced THs. I went to the store to buy that thing that you wanted, but they didn't have the right one. As it turns out, Spanish interdental D behaves the same as the English voiced TH. It's pronounced clearly when speaking slowly and carefully, but when speaking quickly and naturally, it's often softened to the point that it nearly disappears. So a word like verdad is pronounced verdad when speaking slowly and carefully, but many speakers pronounce it more like verdad when speaking more quickly. I don't recommend that English-speaking students practice weakening or eliminating the D. I think they should practice ideal pronunciation until they've developed a lot of fluency. But they should at least be aware of how native speakers pronounce this sound when they're speaking quickly. Alright, this has been our discussion of the RD combination. If you have any questions or contributions to the topic, please leave them in the comment section below. Also, if you personally have questions about any topic related to the Spanish language, please feel free to ask in the comments. I'd be very happy to consider making a special video to answer your question.